Hello and welcome from Olympia. This is Tom Campbell, State Representative, 2nd District, and I'm here as promised to talk about a pretty significant bill that's going to be coming up for tomorrow on the House floor, House Bill 2561. And I really need to address this because it's probably, well, it's not the most important vote I'll take this session, but I think it's the beginning of a series of many bills that will have a huge impact on the economy of our state, how we deal with the current recession, and what our future or near future will be like. Now, the caucuses in the House of Republicans and Democrats typically put out a list of advantages and disadvantages of a particular bill, and I want you to see what one looks like. And this one is from the House Republican Caucus and shows the talking points on 2561. Now, I haven't got one from the House Democratic Caucus, but I did get one from the proponent, the lobbying agency of Gordon and Honeywell and Thomas. Sidney Zenhar came by and brought all of this good stuff for me today to look at and consider in regards to this bill. I'd like to just go over some of the finer points of this thing, or the big points of it. We're talking about $861 million in state bonds. Now that would exceed the 9% debt limit of our state. That's constitutional. So this bill, by its nature, if we were to approve it, would have to go to the people for a vote. So the House would have to approve it, go to the Senate, the governor signs it, goes out to the people. So it's got a long way to go. So even if it passes tomorrow, which I think it will, there's going to be a lot of input over in the Senate, and there's going to be a lot of concern from the people, I have no doubt. Now, I think it's important to understand that this $861 million is claimed to produce 38,000 jobs. I have problems with that because at this point, even though I've looked through all this paperwork here from the proponents, I really don't see a way to substantiate that these are indeed going to be 38,000 jobs. We just don't really know the numbers involved in this particular bill. And $861 million, when it's put out, is going to indeed produce a $1.5 billion debt. Almost 2 to 1 we're going to have to pay back. And that's over a 25-year period, so we're going to have to pay this money back. So for this short-term infusion of cash that's going to be used in public buildings to increase energy efficiency, which is a good goal, of course, we're going to have to pay back almost twice. That's a problem for me. And I have to tell you, I've given this tremendous thought. It's one of those kind of like X-Files things where I want to believe. I really do, because I want to get people to work. But when I look at the amount of money that's going to have to go into it, and I look at the payback from your taxes that's going to have to go back through it, it's just not working. It's not getting us there. There's a tremendous debt load here that we're going to put together in the hopes that we're really going to get those jobs, and in the hopes it's really going to give us energy efficiency. So, you know, we've been talking about this indirectly on the Facebook with you earlier in the week. And the thoughts that I got preliminarily were good questions, good ideas. It really helped me do my research and look into this thing as deep as I possibly could. I want you to know it really is not an easy decision to vote for or against a bill like this. It's very difficult because there's so much riding on it. And you want to do the right thing. You want to put people to work, and you want to help this economy come back as quickly as possible. But it's like the old adage, you can't dig yourself out of a hole. I think this is another attempt to do just that. So, and I don't say this in a disrespectful way because I know the sponsor and others that are behind it are doing what they believe is right. And that's what we all have to do. And along that vein, I'm going to have to vote no. And I hope when this thing comes back, goes through the Senate, maybe some other ideas will get mixed into it. Maybe we'll go a little different direction. I hope so. Because we must do what we can to put people to work. We must do what we can to help this economy. But it can't be just with state dollars borrowed from you to go out and put jobs together that may or may not happen as the way we think they are on paper. So we're going to keep at it, and I'm going to keep a positive attitude, and we're going to keep talking about it. But I wanted to just be honest with you, tell you why I'm going to vote no. And I want you to know I'm working on some alternatives, and I'll bring those up in another video that'll be coming up. On a lighter note, as you know, on those of you that watch my Facebook account, my pups were down at the fair this weekend, Tilk and Annie, my little 6-month-old, and they both won ribbons. I was very proud of Annie with 3 blues, and Mr. Tilk is my big boy, big old happy guy, and he also won 3 blues and 2 reserve winners. That is incredible for his first time at the show, so I'm a little happy about that. And I look forward to informing you as we go. We will continue to work on this down here And thank you so much for all your input and all the ideas. Please keep them coming. I appreciate them. No matter what they are, I consider them. You can contact me anytime at tom.campbell@leg.wa.gov. Thank you again, and I look forward to hearing from you.